Hello, in this iOS SDK video, we're going to show you how to parse a JSON array that has been returned from a URL that we are connecting to in Objective-C. We've already got all of this code set up to connect to a URL. If you've got this, great. If you don't, you can get it from our GitHub page, which will have the source code from this video and the source code from all the other videos in this series, including the connection source code. Also, there'll be a link in the description to the video tutorial which showed you how to connect to a URL, so check that out as well if you haven't already got the code. If you're already all set up, we'll show you how to parse a JSON array. So, first thing, we've got this URL on our server, this web page, which returns a JSON array. We have three types of arrays. One is just a simple set of numbers. Another one is essentially the same as the first one, but we've changed the keys ourselves, so we would access them using A, B, C, D, E instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the third array is an array which has a bunch of arrays inside it. We're going to show you how to access and interact with the data from all of these arrays. We've set up this URL so you can easily just get each one of the arrays by specifying the array type, aka a get command. We can do array 1, array 2, and finally array 3. So let's just copy and paste this into our set URL method. So now what we're going to do is just run this and see what happens. So there you go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the problem is we're storing it as a string, and really we can't access the values in there because it's just all one string now. So what we need to actually do is store it in an array, but before we can store it in an array, because it's in JSON format, we need to actually parse it using NS-JSON serialization. So what we're going to do is just remove this. We will just comment this out so we don't get that error. First of all, we're going to put NS error asterisk JSON error, and this will be used when we actually serialize our JSON data. I'm going to put NS array asterisk parsed JSON array equals NS JSON serialization JSON object with data, and the data is just this data variable right here. We're still using the same variable. For the options, we're going to put NS JSON reading mutable containers, and for the error we are going to put ampersand JSON error, so we have a way of tracking if an error has occurred so we can handle it accordingly. So now we've actually parsed the data, so we can just uncomment this out and we can replace this with parsed JSON array. And now let's run this and see what our result is. Okay, we have it in an array format, and to access one of these elements you just treat it like a normal array. So you do square bracket, 0 will access the value at the first index, or index 0. As you can see, it's returned 1. If we were to put 1, that will get the value from the second index, which is number 2. As you can see, it's got the value 2 right here. So it's that simple to use it that way. So now let's use array 2, which has the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but instead of using something like 1, 2 for the index, we are assigning it an key ourselves. So to access these values, what you do is square bracket, parsed JSON array, value for key, and you simply specify the key. So if I were to put E we will get the value of 5. As you can see, we got the value 5 because at key E there was value 5. Just to note what happens if you don't use the same case for the key. Null happens because that key does not exist and there's no value at that key. You don't have to just put a single letter. You could put actual words, which we've done exactly right here in our third array, which is an array of arrays. So let's show you how to access that. So put array 3. So we've got 2 arrays in here. So to access this, it's pretty darn simple. What we want to do is just do parse JSON array. Actually, first of all, we need to update this so it says array 3, and we want to access the first array within our returned array. So yoda.vader array, that one right there. And to do that, put 0. And now to access one of these elements, you put 0, 1, or 2. So I'm just going to put 1, and we should get the value of Darth Vader. As you can see, Darth Vader has been returned. If I were to change this to 1, so it's actually referring to the second array now, we should get the value of Batman. As you can see, that worked. If we were to put 1, 0, still referring to the second array, but the first value, we should get the string Lex. So that's fantastic. Let's just show you what it looks like if we were to get rid of all of that. So we're just printing out the entire parsed array so we can see what we're dealing with. So there you go. We have our 2 arrays within this one array that was returned. Also to note, for any values, as you can see, that have something like a space in there, it's put quotations around it, so it's handled all of that accordingly. That's how you parse a JSON array that you've returned from a web server. Really simple stuff. You can access the code via links in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on our education platform, sonarlearning.co.uk. There'll also be a link in the description to that. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.